Hey everyone, I'm Evangeline right here at eTrailer. The owner of this vehicle was actually really interested in seeing how the Benton Basic Hitch would fit on their car for their next ski trip. So we're going to focus in on using the Basic Hitch with a ski carrier and how it will interact with our 2023 GMC Yukon. So if you have a similar vehicle or a similar situation, this video is for you. Now first focusing on how we have this set up. I currently have the Rhino-Rack 6, which can technically carry up to 6 sets of skis or a mixture of skis and snowboards like what we have here. I personally like to set it up where we have our skis going long ways, but that's mainly because I'm on the shorter end, so I don't really have long skis. Our longest skis you see here are 160s. So if you have longer skis, that is something to be mindful of. But having this in this configuration on the Basic Hitch is awesome because then I can just load the skis up here about waist height. I'm not having to reach all the way on top of the Yukon, which is why our neighbor here today was really interested in this configuration. Now with this, once you have all your skis and boards on there, I then tilt the rack up. So before we get into that, I'm going to first show how you can tilt the rack down if you needed access into your hatch. Let's say you're just going back and forth between the lifts and where you're staying for the night. So you might still have your luggage, all of your things, your changes of clothes. You can still get into the back of your vehicle while your skis are loaded. Grab all those, change out your boots, things like that. Once you've done all that, you just lift this rack back up and it snaps into place. And then what I do is I go ahead and press the button and I lift it up yet another notch, and now we're in our angled position. So this is how I would expect a lot of people would be carrying it because of their bindings. Might take up too much room, and we'll fold it up yet another notch so you can see that distance. But you can see here how our rack sits and fits, how the skis look on there. So far, it looks like we're close to where the taillights are, but we're not going past it, even with our snowboard all the way to the side. Now I'm gonna press this button again, and I'm gonna go up one more notch, just so you can see it straight on. And this will be your most compact position. Good visibility of the length of the skis. However, I don't really recommend this for everyone if you have snowboards because your bindings are very likely going to be making contact with your vehicle. So let's take some measurements here. For the length this adds to the back of our vehicle, from the bumper to the end of the rack, that's about 16 inches. The distance here, and this is going to be mainly attributed to our ski and snowboard carrier. Our skis sit exactly 4 3/4 inches away from that bumper. So hopefully that measurement helps you figure out if your bindings will fit. If you find that they don't, no worries. Just go ahead and drive around in the angled position. And then just bring everything back down to waist height when you're ready to load and unload. You can also drive in this position if you want. That is totally fine. But the length this will add to the back of your Yukon is going to be from the bumper to the end of the carrier, 51 inches. The Benton Basic Hitch is not just for carrying skis. You can carry all kinds of things. Maybe you want to carry 2 cargo boxes, or you want to load up your roof basket. This is basically a roof rack on your hitch receiver. Since your Yukon already has a hitch, this is super easy to just toss in there, tighten down, secure, and now you can load up all kinds of things, including your skis and snowboards. If you're curious about those different configurations, well, check out my full review right here at eTrailer. If you are using the Benton Basic Hitch, I'd love to hear about it. This came about because someone else was using it for their own skis, so the owner of this vehicle was inspired and wanted to see how it would work on his vehicle. So if you send in a picture or review, maybe you can inspire some other people along the way. Today though, we focus in on the Benton Basic Hitch with the Rhino-Rack 6 ski and snowboard carrier, as seen here on our 2023 GMC Yukon. My name is Evangeline, right here at eTrailer.